Hello again. I'm John Bender from the Press Enterprise and PE.com. It's another edition of Political Empire. We've got a new planning commissioner in Riverside County. Supervisor-elect Kevin Jeffries has named Carissa Leach. She is a principal at Adkin Engineers of Riverside. She's going to replace John Roth, who was the choice of outgoing Supervisor Bob Buster. Leach's appointment is scheduled to be confirmed by the Board of Supervisors January 8th. I'm talking again with Jeff Horseman, our Riverside County reporter. And Jeff, I understand that the supervisors recently discussed their lobbying priorities for the state and federal government.
That's right. Every year they come up with a state and a federal kind of wish list or things that they want their lobbyists to concentrate on. And so for the state one, for Sacramento, top of their list is getting the vehicle license fee revenue restored to Jurupa Valley, Eastvale, Menifee, and Wildomar. As you may recall, these are four new cities, and the new cities tend to rely on this what's called VLF revenue much more than other cities. And last year, the state legislature actually took that money from them to help close the state budget gap, and that has put particularly Jurupa Valley, basically they've said if they don't get this money back, they're going to have to look at this incorporating. And so the county doesn't want that to happen. I mean, if nothing else, that means they all of a sudden have to take on public safety and other responsibilities for these four cities. And so they're working diligently with their lobbyists to try to get another bill to the governor that, he vetoed it this time, last time around. They're hopeful that he'll change his mind this time and that he'll sign legislation restoring that money to the cities.
I know Governor Brown in his veto message said it just was the wrong time. The money wasn't there. The state did not have those funds.
Right.
And I don't know that that's really changed.
Well, what they hope has changed, one of the big reasons seen for why the governor vetoed that bill was the opposition of this group called the California State Association of Counties. Now, the Riverside County is actually a member of this. Now, this is an organization that's supposed to look out for counties' interests in the state capital. And CSAC basically was concerned that this money was going to be needed. The counties are basically going to need this money. And so they asked Brown to veto it, and Brown did, and Riverside County wasn't too happy about that. And since then, they've had talks with CSAC's new interim executive director, and they feel that, whereas CSAC was, kind of an opponent of restoring the VLF money previously, that they'll actually be in the county's corner this time around.
Now, didn't they threaten to withdraw from CSAC?
There was some talk of that. I know Kevin Jeffries, who's actually a supervisor-elect, fired off a tweet saying, hey, we ought to look at getting out of this organization if this is what they're going to do. It was kind of seen as almost like a stab in the back. But since then, they decided that the supervisors as a whole has decided that it's better for the county to remain a part of this organization, to split off from it. And like I said, there's a new executive director. They've had some conversations with him, and they're hopeful that now they've kind of told CSAC, and kind of laid their concerns that that organization is actually going to tell the governor, hey, you ought to sign this, whereas before they were saying, no, you ought to veto it.
Now, this is the third attempt in a row, right? Third year they've tried?
Well, it's been an issue, I want to say at least the past couple years. And again, it's like time is kind of running out because Jurupa Valley's saying if they don't get this, I think it's like July 1st or something, they're going to be out of money. So the clock is kind of ticking, and so getting back to the wish list, that's their top priority. Some of their priorities are continuing to get money from the state for what's called realignment. That's the transferring of certain state services, such as supervising low-level offenders from the state to the county. The county's position is, well, we'll do it, but we want to, we'll make sure it's not an unfunded mandate.
Now, what do they want from the feds? What do they want from?
The feds, it's a little less specific. I mean, they've talked. One of the things I thought was interesting on their list was they want a full-time county representative from the Import-Export Bank here in Riverside County. The county is really stressed in recent months, foreign trade and exports, trying to help boost the economy. So that's on their wish list.
So a representative from the Import-Export Bank.
That's correct.
Okay, and what does that person do?
Basically, it's all about facilitating trade, between businesses here in Riverside County and foreign countries. And so the county has an Office of Foreign Trade, and they're looking at ways that they can help these counties do business, whether it's Asia, whether it's Europe, and elsewhere. So the Import-Export Bank would help with those transactions.
Interesting. Thank you.
So just getting back to the federal wish list, one interesting thing that came out of it, Marion Ashley asked that immigration reform be one of the county's top lobbying priorities. He wants to see enhanced border security, but he also wants to see some type of path of citizenship where maybe people are here in the country illegally, but they, whether through military service, whether through college going to college, that that there's a way for law-abiding immigrants to become citizens, and so that was added to the legislative platform as well.
Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. That's very interesting. For the Press Enterprise and PE.com, I'm John Bender, politics editor. Thank you.